So, we in that new year, new me season.
Yes.
But a lot of us still have some of the same goals from 2023. And a lot of y'all, and I know for sure because y'all came up to me and asked.
You did.
A lot of y'all wanted to start a podcast.
Yes.
I got good news for you, player. Spotify for podcasts is here for every need you have.
We've been using Spotify for podcasters since we started our podcast. It's so easy. You literally record, edit, and upload all from your phone, your computer. So no matter what your setup looks like, you can start now.
Yes, get your conversations, your opinion, your views out to the world. People need to hear you.
You can distribute your podcast to Spotify and anywhere else that podcasts are heard.
With Spotify for podcasters, you can earn money in a multitude of ways. Ads or podcast subscriptions. I mean, it's an easy way to get your visions out to the world and earn some extra pocket change.
Yeah, my favorite thing about all of this is free 99.
Yes. They don't charge you a dime. So you really got nothing holding you back. Today, not tomorrow, today, let's be heard. Spotify for podcasters.
Let's be seen. Oh my gosh.
I gave you a count and you still did that.
No, this is fine. Welcome to For the Healthy Hoes podcast. Or what are we going to call it? Or
it's For the Healthy Hoes.
For the Healthy Hoes. Okay, I guess we're going to go with that. But welcome. I am your host, Ree, and
Sunset Tim.
Why you say like
I don't know why I paused. I thought I was just going to do Sunset, but yes, Sunset Tim.
Oh my gosh, I feel kind of nervous. Like I've practiced this in my head like so many times, and now that I'm here recording finally, I don't even know. Like
it's a little different.
It's a little different.
But this is it. This is For the Healthy Hoes podcast. All right, so I don't know why we just gotta get the giggles out. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, I guess we just gotta get a little more comfortable. But basically, in this episode, we're just gonna be kind of like laying down the foundation about who we are and
who we are, what healthy hoes are, the culture here, what we intend to do, and just kind of the vibes that we're gonna give y'all on this journey with us.
Period. So
getting right into it. The name Healthy Hoes. For everybody that is offended, pull your skirt down. You know what I mean? Be calm. You know what I mean? I know it has the word hoes in it. I know.
Yeah, it's so crazy because what I really love about, us being millennials, we've really learned how to, and just as black people too, like we really learned how to, there's a word and there's a meaning or a negative meaning behind this word, but we learned how to flip it, right? So that's really what, For the Healthy Host is about. It's about embodying, yourself and empowering yourself. And I feel like I've explained this so many times to so many people, but basically when I think of the word hoe, like it's like, oh, I'm a hoe for this or I'm a hoe for that. Like I love this particular thing. Like we're a hoe for ourselves, like our mental health, our spirituality, our overall well-being, and really that's just what For the Healthy Hoes is all about. Just like taking care of yourself, mind, body, spirit, and we love it. That's what we love to do.
Yes, many people are hoes for a lot of different reasons. Me myself, I'm a music hoe.
Exactly.
Sunset Tim, I do music. Music is my life. It don't matter where I'm at. If I see or find a good rhythm, I start rhyming. Like,
yeah.
Period. Don't matter where we are. I'm a hoe for some good music, jazz, lo-fi, whatever you got to throw at me. Any genre. I'm a hoe for some good music. Ree is the first time I called you a hoe for something, it was for a hoe for Trader Joe's.
I thought it was a potato.
You are a potato hoe too.
Potato hoe, yeah.
She eat potatoes every day. Would do virtually. She get nasty for some potatoes.
I love potatoes. I will bust it wide open for some potatoes.
Yeah, and that's what we mean by that. You know what I mean?
And it's just like have fun, like pipe down. Like it's not that deep. You know what I mean? It's not. And at the end of the day, this community isn't for everybody. Like, no. And that's okay. You know what I mean? I think Brent Fayez said it best. If you get it, you don't get it. But if you get it, that's because you lived it. Like, if it's not for you, like, that's okay. That's fine. You know what I mean? But we represent, we putting on for all the people who understand and who do get it. So yeah.
Yes, healthy hoes is just for those who want to take care of themselves. You want to see the world in a different place, you know what I mean? It's a lot going on right now, and we want everybody to be the perfect, healthy version of themselves.
Yes,
and when I say perfect, I don't mean picture perfect. I mean perfect for you.
Yes,
health
perfect.
that suits you and your lifestyle.
Absolutely. 100. 100 like all the real niggas say. 100.
Stop it, please. Stop it. But like I said, just to go further into, the actual business, when we started, this got started, what, a year and a half ago?
A year ago.
Year ago?
Yeah, November. This is our 1 year.
Just a year ago. It originally started out from Healthy Hoes recipe book.
Yeah, it was my cookbook, because that's Healthy Hoe. That was just something I referred to myself as, like, you know what I mean?
And she tried to kill that name, if y'all don't know. I kept that alive.
Yeah, we have him. We have Sunset to thank for that, because I was just like, no, I don't want to go with that. I don't want to offend anybody. But you know what? I've spent most of my life trying not to offend people, and I'm over it. Like, you know what I mean? So, and he talked me into going with the name for my cookbook, and I did that. So here we are today, and we kind of started the whole business, the whole wellness magazine, because I feel like health is and well-being it seems to be such an exclusive industry, and only certain people have access to health, and you know what I mean, and that is true. Like, only certain communities have access to certain things, and not only like the physical aspects of health, like food and like stuff like that, but also the information, you know what I mean? That's important too. So that's where we kind of like step in at. We're here to provide resourceful information for you to be the best version of yourself. Like he said, not the best version of me or I don't know, Beyonce, I don't know, it's the first person I can think of, but the best version of you for what you have and where you are right now, in order for you to grow.
Yes, the great line you said, health is not exclusive at all.
Yes, I see it.
And we are here to be, proof of that. There are a lot of different companies and cultures and such things out here in the world, but we just felt like this one needed to be said for people who were, I guess you can, to an extent, say combination people, like combination you don't normally see, like ghetto vegans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or something like that, black vegans.
And I mean? That's a good point.
And this is that realm for you, you know what I mean? But just not anybody, you know what I mean? Just sometimes certain things are just not kicked to all groups. And here we just trying to really give as much as we know, as much as we learn, as much as we see on health to a specific group that we kind of feel like is overlooked. You know what I mean?
And I think it's important that you mentioned that perspective. It's really, really important. It's important for people who look like us to hear our perspective. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Yeah, to hear our perspective and see people who look like them.
Yes. And
then also on the other side, it's important for people who don't look like us to hear our perspective.
Yeah,
like,
we into the same things that y'all into. Like.
And not only that, even if we're not, like, it doesn't even matter. Like, it's just important to be heard. Like, not that we're speaking for a whole group of people, but I obviously think that a lot of our followers or in our community, they think like we do, and sometimes you rarely hear people of color talking about health and well-being, you know what I mean? So it's important to have our perspective out there for anybody who wants to hear it, and that's just really important.
Yeah, so like you said, Healthy Host started with a recipe book and boomed on from there. Next, I think up for Healthy Hoes was the classic canvas tote was the first thing to come out.
The tote, yeah, so essentially, like, I got a bird.
To get the message out in the world, in a physical way that people can see, you know what I'm saying, for the Healthy Hoes.
Well, honestly, I just thought it was cool to have a tote. I'm gonna be honest.
That's what I mean.
I thought it was cool to have a tote. Yeah, but yeah, you're going more deeper.
The message to the world, to the world about that. To see somebody with a tote, sweatshirt, anything that says "for the Healthy Hoes," I don't think there's anything you can take from that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They empowered themselves, and you could call me as you feel, but I know what I am. You know what I mean?
It's such a conversation started. Today, a lady asked me about, I had a Healthy Hoe hoodie on, and she was like, what's that? I want to know more about that. It sparked a conversation, and that's great to, like, spark conversations about health and well-being,
With the Healthy Hoe shirt, not a gray shirt with the word kale across the front of it.
Don't be petty. Y'all, years ago, I I don't know where. I feel like it was Urban Outfitters somewhere. I got that shirt from.
$50.
It was
had
$50.
Kale. Oh my God!
And it had the word Kale on it. It was like
God.
6 years ago. Get over it.
Oh my
I love
God.
that shirt, and that's okay.
That shit was horrible. It was horrible.
You hated the shirt, babe?
Anyways, we not even gonna get into the t-shirt, but from that point on, Healthy Hoes just started to grow and grow. The online community, just kind of took off, and it's his own life now. That has built so many people that follow each other, that were connected through Healthy Hoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this beautiful thing of ours is definitely special to us, and we definitely want to continue this vibe for y'all.
Yeah, it's special to us, and I think it's special to others in our community as well. So
Absolutely. So with us already breaking down what Healthy Hoes was, now we're gonna try to get into like the culture of Healthy Hoes. And for me, the culture is the one word that always come to mind when I say Healthy Hoes is freedom. Freedom to be your healthy. You know what I mean? Freedom to take care of yourself exactly how you want to, with no regard to how it make other people feel. If you at a point right now, you finna, let's just say, like, I'll use me as a perfect example. I'm finna meditate. If somebody call that phone a couple of years ago, I probably would have just answered it, you know what I mean? Just because it's rude not to answer somebody's call, and put my mental health right there on pause, and I'll get back to it in 30, 40 minutes off the convo. And nah, not now. I got to step the way I got to step for my health as it is.
Right.
And call me what you want, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But don't call me during meditation.
Call me what you want. Don't call me during meditation. That's hilarious. But did you want to get into like your definitions of culture that you found online?
Yes. So like I said, with another thing with the word culture, like in our time, is millennials. I hate that word too.
Millennials is what you are. So I don't know why you hate it.
I'm a real nigga. I don't know about millennials. Anyway, the word culture just thrown around so much. Diet culture, black culture, gay culture, cancel culture. If you still got a Twitter,
they canceling people everywhere though.
Every day somebody get canceled for something new.
Everywhere.
Left and right. But I doubt that many people understand what culture is. Have they ever been embraced by a culture or anything like that? So I took the liberty to look up what culture meant. And
let us know.
Definition number 1: the arts and other manifestations of human intellectual achievement regarding collectivity.
Period. Collectivity. I love that.
You just like the word collectivity.
Because
that's it. You just like that word.
I love what it means.
Definition 2: the custom, arts, social institutions, and achievements of a particular nation, people, or social group. And that's the definition most people know. Like black culture, hip-hop culture, things of that nature is the one that people usually go to. But this definition right here was one that I never even thought of. Third definition: maintain in conditions suitable for growth.
Period.
That one hit me the most. Suitable for growth. Conditions suitable for growth. And that's the culture we're trying to have here.
Yeah.
Something suitable for growth.
Yeah. And because it's like, we want you to walk away from, whatever it is, our content podcast or whatever the case may be, and feel like you've gained something. Like, sometimes we indulge in, media, and not gonna lie, sometimes I walk away feeling like not good, like a piece of me is just like gone. But I want you guys to walk away here feeling whole and feeling better than you left. So that's essential for growth.
Absolutely. We definitely want y'all to feel free here. Whenever Healthy Hoes is brought up, whenever you see it, feel free. It's not just a tote, a shirt, or a podcast. It's an entire culture to be a health enthusiast, however that looks for you, my nigga. However that looks. It can go into so many different ways. Like, you and your friends have a culture. And if a new friend comes in or somebody comes in, it might throw them off the way y'all joke. That's a culture in itself.
Right.
You know what I mean? How you treat yourself is a culture. I definitely over the years had to change my culture. In my younger years, I was so critical of myself, so down on myself, so negative. The culture that I created for myself mentally was just not very great. It wasn't very uplifting. So I had to reprogram. How do you deprogram first? Basically delete software, get new software.
I'm not into tech.
Okay, nigga. You knew what I meant. But that's what I had to do. But like I said, that was the culture I had put myself in. I grew up in the heart of my hood. I grew up in a hood culture, a ghetto culture, you know, and whatnot. That doesn't necessarily mean that's where I belonged. That doesn't mean I'm limited to what my neighborhood presented to me at all. Like I said, these are all versions of culture. The ones you create, the ones you involve yourself in, and the ones you were kind of born into.
Right. And it's culture also. It's just like being a part of. It's like mostly about being a part of something. Yeah, that's really what it's all about.
Being part of a collective of something. But like I said, culture can go left very fast.
Yeah.
If you've been in an abusive relationship, physically, mentally, spiritually, or something like that, that's a culture you can kind of get used to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we have to be, I guess, somewhat touchy with any culture that you want to get involved with. And most of the violations we see in today's time, you know, with culture appropriation, I don't think most people, when they do something like that, somebody violate a culture, you probably ain't embedded yourself all the way in it. That's the reason why you violated and misstepped.
Yeah.
Really dig into something when you get into it before you get to, you know, throwing around the word culture.
Period.
Which is my top 3 hated words of all time.
You hate that word?
I do. I hate how it's used today. I think it's used way too much. People use culture way too much. Millennials, and I might be wrong, and they probably cancel me next week, but so much of millennial culture has like black culture infused into it. You know what I mean? If you check a lot of things like that.
I mean, everything is black culture, really.
A lot.
So much is black culture.
A lot is, for sure.
So much of it. Anyway.
But so much infused like into it.
And I think it's okay. Like, black people are cool.
Yes,
we're cool.
Just
and as long as it's not appropriated,
just don't
that's it.
Just don't misstep. Don't be a white boy that wears a do-rag.
That's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
I've seen that only one time in my life.
Yeah.
And he took that do-rag off and wasn't nothing wavy. He was still Skylar.
That's funny.
So, at the end of the day, the culture here is set in freedom,
intentionality, consciousness.
Yes.
Don't forget those words. Self-love.
All right. So, the next was acceptance. You want to take the head on that? They heard my voice for a little minute.
They have heard you a lot, and that's fine.
That part not gonna be in there. So.
Yes, it is.
No.
Babe, you have to keep the good, funny stuff in there.
We'll keep some.
Babe. So yeah, and speaking of like self-love, I think one of the most important things about self-love is self-acceptance, accepting yourself. You know what I mean? I heard this quote. I don't even know if it's really a quote, but I heard somebody say it. Like, you can't. You can't love yourself from a place of hate, or what is it? What is it?
That sounds good. I've never heard that quote, but it sounds really good.
Because basically, I feel like, and I'm guilty of this. I'm like, okay, when I get this, and this, I'm going to really love myself. When I look like this, I'm going to love myself. When I'm this weight, or when I'm, you know, whatever, when I'm in this place with my career, or if I have this car, I'm going to love or accept myself. You know what I mean?
You put self-love and acceptance in the future, and right now you're in the suffering.
Exactly.
Which is horrible. You got to accept your circumstances, accept yourself as you are. If you plan on growing, you can't be in denial. That's like the flip word of acceptance. I feel like if you're in denial, absolutely. You in a totally different dimension, like to an extent. You're just living in a whole nother world when you're in denial.
Well, and then I agree with that for sure. And I know some of us, because I've been there, have been in. It ain't even about really. I wanted to say that some of us have been in some really bad circumstances. You know, we all go through things as human beings, but I feel like even to get even on a deeper level, your circumstances doesn't even have to be a part of self-acceptance. Like, you know what I mean? Self-acceptance is solely you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it has nothing to do with anything else but you. And you have to kind of start, and I know you mentioned the word in denial. Like, sometimes, we may look in the mirror and not like what we see. We got to start lying to ourselves. Like, you got to start, we got to, even if it feels like lying, like, I am beautiful. Like, that's where affirmations and things like that come into play. Like, you literally have to snap yourself out of it. Just like you have conditioned your mind to think all of these negative things about yourself, you can recondition your mind to think positively about yourself, your future, and where you're headed. So that's really, really important when it comes to self-acceptance.
Yes, and that all flows in together. You say, like, taking yourself from one thing, you say like, I'm beautiful in the mirror. You kind of coming out of a bad culture and you trying to get into this one by first accepting, you know what I'm saying, that you are beautiful and you have beauty in you, and it's not external.
Right.
We have peace, we have joy. That's all in our being. It's not outside of us. That's always in us.
Okay, Deepak, you spitting?
Like that. No.
Deepak said that.
Deepak said that?
Deepak said that.
Tupac said that.
Tupac.
No, he didn't.
I thought Deepak. Okay, because you...
this is me, not Deepak. This is me. It's all in you though, but that's facts. You're never, how do I put this? You always have peace. You never lose your peace. Nobody ever takes it or breaks it. You never lose it. You just ignore it at certain times.
Right.
You always have beauty. It's always there.
Yeah.
But like you said, accepting it's just a huge part of moving forward.
And it can be hard, you know what I mean? Especially when we're told not to love our, like, who talking about loving yourself and self-acceptance, you know what I mean? Our attention has been taken away from that and directed to living, which we got to do. But in order to live, we also have to, especially if you want to live beautifully, you have to shift your perspective and start accepting yourself, and then you can start accepting your circumstances, and you can start to change those circumstances once you begin to accept them. You know what I mean?
But I know, but to understand, like, you can't be in denial though. To accept self, you have to not be in denial though.
I get that, but I also don't like the word in denial, because like you could use that for like, I don't know, because when you manifest, you have to believe in like what's not in front of you right now. You know what I mean?
I get that, but also, like, okay, I use me as an example again. I turned up my music grind over these last like year.
Okay.
More videos, more songs, better lyrics, like all this stuff went up.
Yeah.
I had to accept that at one point I thought I was working hard, but I really wasn't working hard. I felt like I was in denial. Like I was.
Okay, I get it.
I was in denial because at one point I just wanted to like release the music and the music be out.
Yeah.
And I was in denial of how much more work was out there. Releasing the song is probably the easiest part.
Yeah.
Then you talking about who to market it to, how to market it, how to get it to these certain places. That's the harder part. Like, we speak all the time that, like, when you start a business, even if you want to just make burgers, you ain't just going to be a patty flipping dude.
You're going to be everything.
You're going to be a marketing guy. You're going to be an accountant. You're going to be customer service. You're starting in everywhere. So, you got to accept all of those roles.
Going to be tech. You got to get the register
set
up.
You got to get all that shit. All that
but
shit.
no, I agree with you. I think the word in denial, just based on my previous experiences with the word.
It's just one of them hard words.
It's just one of those. It's just because the context is what matters the most.
How we've heard it over the years.
Yeah.
Like, you in denial. Like, you can't start a brand.
Yeah.
The word hoes in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You in denial.
But yeah.
Like we said, you start something, you are putting on way more hats than just that one. And you have to accept all these things if you want to move forward. If you really want to manifest it, you got to accept all these things. That's another word you're going to hear all the time with this.
Manifest.
You love that word,
I love it. Manifest. That's my favorite word. You literally joke all the time. People bet not say the word manifest around me.
Like, we be walking downtown. Any conversation, if she hears the word manifest, she gonna stop at least.
Hey, I heard y'all talking about manifestation. Let's talk about it.
Like, and manifest looks a lot different for everybody, but one thing it does have in common with everybody is acceptance.
Yeah.
You have to accept that that's really out there for you.
Yes, and it is, y'all. Like,
it really is. Special things are out there for you.
Yes, 100. Like the real nigga say.
Unless you lazy.
Unless you are, woo! Woo! Said it one time for the people in the back.
Unless you lazy.
Unless you lazy,
things ain't out
though.
there for you.
Because the thing about manifestation, I know we gonna tap on that just a little bit. Think about manifestation, right? You have to put your desire and the intent within the universe, to the universe or whatever,
and step with it for real.
But you have to do the work also. You know what I mean? And also, an important part of manifestation that a lot of people don't realize, you can't be worried about it. You got to let it go. Put that shit in the universe.
Yes.
And you put that intent into the universe and let it go. And you have to realize that the universe got your back and you got your back. You know what I mean? I think a lot of times, and I had to tell myself this here lately, I got to trust myself more. Mm-hmm. I have to trust myself. If I want other people to trust me, if I want the universe to trust me, and I want everything that I want to manifest, I have to trust me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Like I said, you manifest and you got to step with that shit all the way in.
Don't be no half-stepping ass nigga.
If not, then I don't know how the universe is going to treat your desires if you don't step with them fully. No matter what you desire, and let it be something, you know, physical or whatever it might be, you really have to step with it. If you really want that new Jeep Wrangler,
or that G-Wagon,
you manifest that you want the G-Wagon, and then you let go any ties you have to it, and you get back to whatever work you were doing for that.
Yeah.
And the universe will work over the top of you.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be, obviously, I'm sure y'all know this because y'all smart, but it don't have to be nothing physical, like, you know what I mean? Your desires obviously don't have to be anything physical. Mm-hmm. Like, simply put, like, I just want freedom. Yes. And we working towards that, but
we working towards which freedom? Because I was just gonna say
all of them.
But all of some freedom, but always remember, some things you trying to manifest, you already have.
Right.
Like, if you try to manifest peace, that's not gonna work because you was born with peace. If you try to manifest joy, that won't work because you was born with joy. When you was a baby, 3 months old, they was probably cracking jokes on you in your mama's arm, like, oh boy, you got your daddy's lips. And you was laughing.
That is so true.
You already had joy at birth. You can't manifest joy because it's already with you.
And you know what? I'm glad you, like, because when we...
you can't manifest peace. It's already with you. So manifestation is for things... I always, in my head, for me, manifestation is for things that I don't have full control over. So anything like my music, I could market it and put it in the best places with the best marketing strategy of all time. But at the end of the day, I don't have control if they click play or not. Right. I just don't. So I have to manifest that fully and believe that I can attract people to me, to Sunset Tim.
Trust in yourself.
Music everywhere. The Daily Grind out right now.
Daily Grind out right. The Daily Grind.
That was me, y'all. If y'all hear the songs, if y'all go play the Daily Grind, you will hear
the Daily Grind.
And y'all now know where it came from.
It came from me.
But that's what I mean. Whatever you manifesting, for me, it has to be something that I just can't obtain by myself. You know what I mean? So, and
I get that.
That's how it hits for me.
I get that.
But everybody manifests differently.
Yeah. Like, yeah, and at the end of the day, y'all, we sharing our experiences with certain things. We still learning. Like, you know what I mean? As everybody should be. We all should continue learning until we, you know, no longer here in this dimension anymore.
I never know.
Right. Like, that's a fear. Like, I never want to know everything. You know what I mean?
I never know. I'm glad to wake up ignorant in some area.
Yeah. I was gonna say something when you were talking about manifestation. I don't know.
You ain't got nothing to say on your word?
I thought I did, but what have I said? Oh, okay. So you mentioned earlier about, you know, about being a little ugly baby in your mama arms and these folks cracking jokes. You was a cute baby, but these folks cracking jokes on you. You were very handsome.
Well, you gonna take me from the cradle?
I was gonna take you, and I was gonna kidnap you, and you're mine. But. Like, yeah, have you guys, I know y'all can't answer me, but whatever. Have you guys ever heard of, I guess I can ask you, have you ever heard of inner child? Your inner child, right? So, and they use that term because children are so innocent.
Yes.
And so many things that we have been conditioned to think and like working a 9 to 5, like working till we die and then have some money at the end when we 70. I don't know what age people retire at, but yeah, you know what I mean? Like, things like that, like, our inner child doesn't care about that, does not know about that. You know, we just want to do things that will fill us up and make us happy, bring us joy. You know what I mean? And I think at some point when we become adults, our inner child it's lost. It's no longer there anymore.
Ignored.
It's ignored. And yeah, like,
it's always there. I think the inner child is a connecting to your being.
Yeah,
like it's so connected because they started at the same root.
Your inner child is your truest self.
That's what I mean. Your being. So they started. They are one in the same. So like, perfect example. We went and looked. We moved into a new apartment and manifesting that. See, that's something you manifest. It's outside of my control. If we
you can manifest whatever you want though.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But okay, that's it's a different argument for different folks, bro. So,
it's a different argument, but you can manifest whatever it is you want. You can manifest. People manifest like love. All the time.
I can get mad because you can't control.
I guess.
Because that's something out of your control.
Help me understand you. I guess I'll see what you're saying.
Because I feel like me and you kind of manifested each other a little bit.
You think so?
Oh my God.
You think we manifest each other?
Yes. We're gonna get into that on our love episode or whatever.
Okay.
How crazy our little, like our path, or what is it called? The numbers?
Life path number.
How that all matched up in our history and our family and things. That's a whole nother episode, guys. So
yeah.
Back to what I was saying. We was talking about inner joy and your inner child and your being. Today we went and looked at a dope apartment we put in for we manifesting. But my point is, we went there. And Aubrey's with us. Aubrey is our oldest daughter. We in this extremely nice. This is the nicest place I've ever lived in.
Yeah.
Ever. We in this nice place in the clubhouse of it, which has this theater room, which was amazing, and all this nice stuff in there. And my child is hitting spins.
Who?
Aubrey was just spinning around.
I didn't catch that. I did not see her.
You was talking to
She always spinning though.
And that's my point of inner joy. How the hell you find room to spin with all this expensive stuff around? Your parents talking business and all these other things,
and you spinning
in a open area with. I'm talking about they got nice antique stuff, all art. She just spinning with a smile. I have to snap my finger, and she stops, and like, oh
she's in her own world. I love it. And that's how we need to be. Like, I think a lot, and also like we have so many interruptions within the world. I don't know if interruptions is the right word to use. Distractions. Yes, distractions within the world. And, you know, it's propaganda. Like, you know what I mean? I got a communications degree or whatever. You know, the media, they tell us what to think about. They want to distract us from, I don't know what they're trying to distract us from, but I think one of the main things is ourselves. Like, discovering who we truly are. I wake up every day, you know, trying to uncover new layers of myself. And I know that sounds all great and dandy, but sometimes the shit is hard. Like, you know what I mean? Some stuff I don't even want to find. You know, you might think you don't even want to find out about yourself, but it's important to discover all of those layers of who you are so you can move forward and continue to grow into who you're truly meant to be, the truest version of you.
Yes, they definitely distracting you out there from cultures like the healthy hoes, which tell you to be free and these things like that, because it's harder to get a man or a woman, or I mean just a being. It's harder to get a being to buy when they feel whole. When you feel whole, you can, like, I don't need them new shoes.
Right.
You don't need that new car. When you feel whole, what man offers you just don't compare. So you be like, fuck it, I'm good. I'm good on that now. I'm cool. Like, I feel good. I'm finna go to the park.
I'm finna go to the park. I'm finna go to the lake. I'm finna go, I don't know, off the grid.
When you feel good like that, there's nothing that man can offer you. And that's the reason why they choose to distract us.
And also, it's nothing that anybody can take from you. Nobody can take that from you.
When you feel whole, like I said, you have peace and joy. When you have those things, you ignite them. You know what I mean? You really feel them. Nobody can take it from you. You know what I mean? And you don't have to go anywhere to purchase it. No Amazon Prime delivery, none of that. You good.
Yeah. And I was gonna say something. And then, like, one of my favorite, I think it was a meme I seen. How millennial of me, but it was a meme I seen. It was like, I don't know if it was me. I don't know what it was, but it was like, you ever just trust the universe so much you just don't give a fuck?
I knew it was that one.
Like, that's the energy that I'm on. You know what I mean? Because I spend a lot of my life worrying. You know what I mean? I have anxiety.
Definitely me too.
Yeah, we both have anxiety. Y'all probably like, how that work? Y'all both got anxiety in a relationship.
But it is a tricky thing.
It is so tricky.
So tricky.
Yeah, but I spend a lot of my life worrying, trying to be different versions of myself for different people, or what I thought people wanted to be from me. Let me tell y'all something. It's so much easier to just be
Tell
you.
y'all hold something.
Let me tell y'all.
Tell you hold something.
It's just so much easier to be you. And just not care what people want you to be. It's really one of the most liberating feelings that I've ever had in my life. And on your journey, people are going to expect you to be old versions of yourself that you were when you were with them. Yes. Don't let that, don't worry about that.
Don't let that bother you.
Don't let it bother you, baby girl, baby boy.
Because you got to remember, with humans, I don't remember why I read this at, but with humans, there's so much stuff in the world that we generalize everything. We put things in a certain category so we can quickly remember them. You know what I mean? And you will be generalized in somebody else's world. And that's what you mean by if they not comfortable with it, because in their world, you worked at that little job and you did that little thing, and that's what you did. You didn't try to break off.
Or even you shrank yourself from when you were around this person.
Yeah, so you shrunk yourself.
I've done that a lot.
You know what I'm saying? From where you was when you used to work on campus. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That fit people's bonds better. Like, oh yeah, Eureka works on campus. She's going to finish school.
You said my full name.
What?
You said my full name.
Rika?
No one knows me as that.
What? You just introduced yourself as
I said Ree.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding.
Ree work on campus. You know, she's going to graduate with a master's in communication. She's going to get a great job and, white picket fence, Ford Escape, and go on with life. You know what I mean? But when you quit that, don't do that and don't get into the job market and you start working for yourself, that makes people a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I think it even goes deeper than that versus somehow somebody, that's a great example, but how somebody knew you. But think about your close friendships and the role you played in their life and how you made them feel because you were being the version of yourself that you thought they wanted you to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Some friendships not gonna uphold because, and some might, but the ugly truth of it is some may not, because you're no longer playing that outdated version of yourself.
Yeah. And I don't see how people juggle more than 3 or 4 friends.
On me. How y'all doing
I be seeing y'all with big groups and gangs of people. It'd be like, bro, I just can't do it. It just seems like such a headache.
It seems like a lot. That's because we introverts, though.
It might be so.
I think that's why.
Because having the group picture be like 9 people. You kick
with
all 9. You got 8 friends?
But you know what, though? That may be the friend group, but I bet you there's friend groups within that friend group, where they're even Insecure? Closer. Yeah. Oh, yes.
You got Molly and
Issa and Kelly and
damn, what's
I always forget Amanda Seals' character name. Kelly and Tiffany. Tiff. Yeah.
Yeah, aka how you forget?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, yes, but like that, it breaks down. But here for the healthy hoes, as you guys can see, it is free flowing.
Very.
We don't judge you for anything
ever
you've ever done.
Ever.
Unless you stole lip gloss from Walmart.
Oh my God.
Unless you stole lip gloss from Walmart.
It was me. I did. Whenever I was a kid, y'all, I used to go into Walmart and steal all I think it's Smuckers or Smackers lip gloss.
Had them good old root beer lips.
Had the juicy lips. But I did that. And you know what? I accept that. I accept my past and I'm moving on. I don't steal lip glosses anymore.
Good. But like you said, that is what we offering here. And if it is for you, it will be here for you.
Period.
And if it's not for you, it will not be here for you.
Period. Yes.
Period.
But yeah, I'm so happy we finally doing this. We've been talking about this for a long time. We have conversations like this quite often, every day, and I would always be like, babe, we need to do a podcast. We like, people need to have exposure to these conversations. You know what I mean?
Right here.
Yeah. They need to have access to us. So, yeah.
So, if you enjoy this, make sure you follow us, subscribe, whatever you listening on or whatever it is. Make sure you stay with the updates. Stay with us. What's your handle again?
Yeah, I was going to say, are we going to shout our stuff out?
Yeah.
Plant-Based Princess on Instagram. No A in plant. We'll have everything linked down in the episode notes. I heard people say it all the time. We'll link it all in the episode notes. But Plant-Based Princess on Instagram and YouTube. And, of course, our brand For the Healthy Host on YouTube. Not YouTube, on Instagram.
Well, this might be on, just going to be on YouTube, so.
No, it won't.
Yeah, it will be.
This the audio. You can put the audio on it?
Yeah, you can put the audio on there.
Oh.
Some people listen just through YouTube, so.
I ain't know that.
I'm looking out for y'all.
Put me on. But yeah, For the Healthy Host on YouTube and Instagram and www.forthehealthyhost.com. Yeah.
And mine's The Sunset Tim on Instagram and Twitter. The Twitter, please don't judge me. I'm not active on Twitter.
Why you even tell them?
Because it's really there. I need to do it, but I just don't be knowing what to say on Twitter sometimes.
I know. Juggling so many social media platforms, to me, it's kind of like you said, juggling big friend groups. Like, I don't need.
I'm cool. Yeah. But anyway.
Oh, I'm on TikTok too. Plant-Based Princess.
Yes, you are. I'm on TikTok too. The Sunset Tim. Yes.
Oh my God.
So The Sunset Tim.
What about YouTube? Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
The Sunset Tim on all social media platforms. YouTube, Sunset Tim.
You sure?
Yes.
What about Sunny Boy?
Sunny Boy is under construction, so. But anyway, The Daily Grind is out.
The Daily
Grind. Go listen to it while you're doing your thing at work or whatnot. It's really gonna get you through.
Period.
Smooth. No sweat. So.
But thank you guys. Is that all you had to say?
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Yeah, we don't know how to really end these because this is our first one, but we'll figure it out.
For the Healthy Host, peace.
Peace and love.
Is in you.
Okay, start over.
I'm trying to get. I thought I had something.
But you ain't got it.
But I ain't got nothing.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
We gonna do it like niggas do. All right, then, bro.
All right.
All right.